and just some alternatives to not necessarily positive energy. So I'm looking forward to supporting all of you over these next few weeks. I'm going to put a question in the prompt, but I know we have a couple of folks from the second cohort who are just going to give you a sense of what the process has been like for them. I see Jesse, and I don't know if the other person is here yet.
Yeah, I don't think they are, but Jesse, would you mind jumping in? Tell us a little bit about your experience working with us so far.
It's been really great. It's been a great exploration of my ideas and really helped me get things together, understand the monkey mind. And I would say having Linnell as my buddy in the daily check-ins has been like really not only helping me focus, but also just like giving me a sort of grounding, a base and a reset every day. When I talk to him, I realize, yes, I am doing this and I do have support and the coaching. And Arturo, you've been really amazing in helping me just have the understanding of what I want to do and the confidence to go after it, which I think is really great. All of you are really lucky to have Arturo here to coach you, and I would say definitely embrace every bit of coaching that you get and embrace whichever buddy that you have. The arena, the daily arena is super grounding and important and empowering.
Thank you.
Oh, and I guess what I'm a musician. I play drums, percussion.
I was gonna say
I have yeah.
Now tell us
background
more about your practice.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So I have a music degree. I went to school for percussion, mainly studying classic percussion, concert percussion. And in school, I was lucky enough to go to a school that had a guest artist program, and I had a guest artist come from Havana, Cuba. And as soon as I heard the Afro-Cuban folklore music, it struck a chord with me, and I went all in. And after I graduated college, I went to Havana, Cuba, and lived with my teacher and studied percussion and studied the Afro-Cuban folklore. I took it on as a lifestyle. I was initiated to play in the ceremonies of the Yoruba culture, the practice of the Ocha. And I went on to become a priest in the Ocha community. So I've been studying all of the religious music and the philosophy of the Afro-Cuban folklore tradition. And so my mission, which is still being defined, but it's getting a lot clearer, is to preserve that culture and to create a compendium of videos, and also write a book about that and translate a lot of the Yoruba songs into music to share that with people.
Thank you so much, Jesse. Thank you so much. And thank you for stopping by. We just finished a 2-hour session, so props to you for enduring the Zoom a little more.
We have another artist who will be popping
Yeah.
in. Thanks, Jesse. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Thanks, Jesse.
Yeah.
We have another artist that will be popping in, so we'll just insert them when they come in. But in the meantime, we want to learn about you. Please, we're gonna do it popcorn style. We'd like for you to state your name and if your art practice and one thing that you want to get out of the training. And I'm gonna model this by starting myself. Therese, as I said, what I'm hoping to get out of this is the folks that I coach feeling supported and having some clarity, focus, ease, and grace, and just really feeling confident that they can lift a plane and fly with what they're wanting to get funded, whether it be this grant or future grants. Just very confident to just lean back and take a flight. I'm going to pass it on to Julia or Julia.
hi, everybody. Yeah, hi, my name is Julia. I am so excited to be here right now. I am just like really hoping to get a sheet of everybody's kind of like specialties and contact info and all that. I'm really excited about this. It's just so nice to connect with other artists from our bedrooms. Hold on, my singing bowl is ringing as I talk. Sorry. I am a singer and songwriter, sound healer, event producer. I have a audio diploma from SAE Expression Digital Arts College. My first degree was in global studies and med anthro. I have spent the last year as a co-director of an Indigenous youth magazine, and I teach singing, and am like have a baby creative coaching practice as well, which has like regular weekly drop-in sessions for basically like mindfulness and productivity sessions, because I used to build mindfulness programs for companies, and now I figure it's more fun to work with people like me who are artists and entrepreneurs and people who are used to working in co-working spaces. So that's my thing.
Thank you. What you would like to get from the training?
I would love to get some accountability around finishing a grant. I have been working on some grants the last year, and I find that when I have a team that expects me to do something, I do it much better and much faster than when I'm working alone. So I'm just really happy to be in community right now.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Julia. Someone else? Oh, why don't you pick someone else?
Okay. Well, in my little boxes, do you pronounce your name Kaya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
Yeah. Cool. So
Yeah.
Kaya, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Kaya. I'm a visual artist, so I do painting and multimedia work, and I do embroidery, and sometimes I do embroidery on clothes, and sometimes I include it into my paintings and things like that. I'm from Sonoma County. I've been working my entire life, so I've been painting since I could paint, and I've been doing art shows since I was 13, and I've had over 50 like group exhibitions, and I've had one solo show, and I've just been working really hard for a long time. And essentially what I hope to get out of this program is to understand how the system works, because I was primarily homeschooled, and my parents are also like very alternative artists, and like I feel like I don't really understand how like mainstream systems work whatsoever. So, like, I was like all very like lost, and I never went to art school or anything like that, and I just feel like I don't regret not going to art school. I mean, I also didn't really have access to it, but the only thing that I feel like envious or just like something I haven't received through not going to art school is like understanding how to like tap into that world and how to just like how the system, like how people progress within it, because I feel like I've done as much as I can just kind of outside of all that. So I'd like to learn how to work with it instead of just being kind of like, well, I don't deal with this mainstream whatever it is. Like I want to work with it. So
Thank you so much, Kaya. Pick someone else.
Shauna. I like the color of red you have going on. That's why I picked you.
I feel like a Girl Scout, like the way I'm wearing it.
Nice.
I like it.
As a part of the scouts of this group. Uh, so in that sense, it's kind of appropriate. I feel like we're all going on an adventure together because we're called cohort number 3 or cohort hashtag number 3. And so I'm really glad to be among you guys. I have been, and I went to art school. And Katya can tell you all about it. I'm sorry, it's not Katya, Kaya, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But that was a long time ago. So I went to a heavy duty art school with a heavy duty, art instructors and professors, blah, blah, blah. But I did all the other, I did something else, many, many other things in my life. But I continued to do art on my own. And so, and I actually started this grant writing class at SFAI. I think it was 6 months ago or so. And it was, and it just was very convoluted. So I actually went a couple of sessions and never went back. So when I saw Therese or Mose at a posting, and I said, hey, wow, maybe I should give this a try again. And like Kaya, I've been doing this on my own, and I've had shows in Europe, but I've been back for 10 years and haven't really gotten into an artistic community. So for me, I feel like, well, maybe I should consider take this, make this more of a formalized, not a career per se, but just make this more, somebody mentioned accountability as well. So it's like accountability and say, I'm a professional and I want to be a professional. I'm a professional for my own, but try to get grants and residencies perhaps. So it's I feel like after all these years, and now I really like to try to be more serious at it, and I call myself an artist, and instead of just say, yeah, I do my artwork on my own. So I did a lot of installations in the early days, and now I'm working on a series with drawings and just learning how to do video essays. So very, very beginning stage, technically wise, I know almost nothing, but just enough just to make something out of with video format. So in that sense, I'm really excited and to learn techniques but I just, what it is like with the artists, it's always like, oh, I don't have to be really savvy in how to, how to get grants and how to get artist residencies. And those are such a business oriented, and it's just, it's not part of, who cares? And as long as, I do my artwork. And I think that's the mindset. And I want to use this opportunity to reverse that mindset, that it's okay, to be just as savvy in marketing or business or whatever you call it, but not so much, for vanity's sake. But I think maybe in my younger days, but I think it's a way to share something, your thoughts or your intellect or your emotions or something through art with other people. So I hope to use this opportunity to get grants and whatever, to do more work, to be more accountable, and to share with more people.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Shona. Pick someone else. Let's try to be a little more succinct, a little shorter, so that we can go through everybody, because we still have a lot of content for you today, and we want to give it, take the time to get to know you.
How about
Pick
Juan
one.
Manuel Carmona?
Yeah, that's me. Hi.
There you go.
I'm an artist too. I went to school in San Francisco for art, Before that, I did undergrad as an architect. I like to do public art. Usually, the thing with public art is you can't just not see it. And I believe that also will have a meaning. So I always try to have a purpose in my work. My first public mural was to protect LGBT rights in the Castro district. That helped, got me another mural really close to these famous houses, the Painted Ladies. It's all about women empowerment. It has a huge text that says girls call the shots, because it's not only guys calling the shots. And I try to like fight for equality, diversity, and all of these things. I do ceramic pieces, and I work with a factory in central Mexico that employs single moms. So I try to every single move that I do to have some sort of purpose. I would like to get out of this training. I've been applying for grants for the past couple of years. I never had the opportunity to have somebody who knows a little more and ask questions. So just for that, I think this is like an awesome opportunity. And I'm very excited to meet you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can you pick someone?
Let me see. How about Alexandra?
Alex, you're up.
Hi,
Hello.
it's Alexandra Bushman Roman. My friends call me Sandy as well. I am in the music world. I'm a sound artist, a composer, event organizer, curator. I studied at Mills. I moved here from Puerto Rico about 15 years ago to do a master's in music composition. I studied music composition at the Conservatory of Puerto Rico. Right now, I do very experimental, outsider kind of music. I organize events around adding marginalized people to events more, kind of trying to inspire younger artists to participate in like more of a radicalization of music. I work a lot in Puerto Rico. I go back there a lot, and I was there for 6 months, and I like to organize events there too. I ran a venue there too where we did experimental music, and there's a lot of good music happening in Puerto Rico, and so I'm trying to bridge here in Puerto Rico and then possibly the Caribbean and expand to Latin America and kind of have more exchange. And I've been doing this for a long time, but I haven't really gotten my shit together to start writing grants and trying to get money to get these things happen and get musicians paid, get myself paid. So I'm trying to, do that now. That's what I want to get. I want to get my shit together and start putting in the work, because it's the artist's mind is so difficult to you just see so many possibilities. I do so many different things, and I really want to like narrow down to what I really like, selling points, and kind of compartmentalize my brain and what I do so that I could, sell myself better.
Brilliant. Great. Pick someone else. Thank you. Welcome.
All right. Yes. Carla?
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Carla. My practice is oil painting. I finally decided on it. I think I was hovering between mixed media stuff and murals and spray cans, everything pretty much. I was trying to practice. Oil painting really stuck out. What I plan to get from this experience is I've never really applied for grants, so it's honestly going to be my first time. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting it done the right way the first time. And yeah, that's it.
Amazing. Welcome, Carla.
Simple and short.
Pick someone else.
Jess?
Jess.
Hi, I'm Jess. This is my first time applying for a grant. I don't consider myself an artist, except when I got accepted to this. So I guess now I'm an artist. I did not study art, but I recently started taking art classes at City College, and I discovered that I wanted to express myself and rewrite some personal experiences I had through art. My main medium is metal, and it's very untraditional because it's basically everything my dad told me not to do. And then, when I started to learn how to do it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I love machines. I love like welding. I love casting, and being in a place where not that many women or people of color are in. And I want to use that in my art. And I want to learn about grant writing and narrowing my mind as well, because I feel like I have a zillion different ideas, and if I get a narrowed mind, then I will actually finish like a series of projects, not have like 20 different projects that are in different stages, like all over my room. But I'm very excited to learn from people and to collaborate. And I will choose the next person. Kelly.
Hey, y'all. My name is Kelly.
Hello.
And my little one's sleeping in the back, so a little quieter. But my practice is around mindfulness and ceramics and nutrition. And so right now I'm really working around how you can grow your food, cook your food, and honor your food through ceramics. And so really having it be a full cycle of building relationship with the earth in ceramics, but also in food. And my partner works, he runs an art gallery called Artillery in the Mission. And so that's kind of where I picked up ceramics and learning how to do a lot more with him around creating garden vessels that we call aquifers. So really trying to encompass everything I love into one thing. And then we do curate different events there. So I've done a lot of our different events where we've made food altars, which has been one of my favorite things. And so I'm doing that as well. And so let's see what else. I guess the biggest thing I want to get out of this is kind of narrowing the same thing with, what was my friend's name before me who picked me? Just narrowing, because as an artist, I feel like lots of ideas come and are inspiring, and I'm like, okay, let's pick one and roll with that one for a while. So yeah. Did I miss anything else? I think that's it, right?
You're good. Yeah, and I just want to commend you for connecting in the car and just being so willing to be present that you're doing that. That's so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, hopefully we had a change of plan, so hopefully next time I'm situated somewhere more sorry about that. Thank you.
No, yeah, that's great. I think we're missing someone. Eli, right?
Who?
Hi, everybody. I'm Eli Sunny Orquiza. I'm a freelance theater maker out here in San Francisco, focusing primarily as a director. My main practice is uplifting Asian American narratives, diasporic experience, and queer stories for the American theater. And something that I definitely would want to get from this training is to being very strategic about my application process in order to get the most out of it, and finding ways to make my application stronger. I do have to preface though that I have to leave in a couple of minutes because I'm facilitating a workshop at 1:30, but it's so nice to be in this space with everyone else and hearing about yourself and your practice, and I can't wait to get to know you more.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for introducing yourself so masterfully. It's, oh my God, it's gonna be such a joy. All right, so this is about today. Please get it popping in the chat. Remember that we're trying to curate this space so that we can have as much participation as possible. So this is just a question that we already threw in, but always feel free to raise your hand, comment something, we most of the times we will read it or invite you to jump in. You know, we have different ways to make things happen. So again, we're trying to, you know, make a space as honest, present, and intimate as possible, given that we are in completely different places of the world. But what are our program goals, Therese? I think your microphone is muted. There you go.
Well, why are we here? To file a competitive application for the Individual Arts Fellowship with the California Arts Council to develop your grant writing skills, providing a deep understanding on the funding and development ecosystem in the arts. And also, I feel like there's one more.
Mm-hmm.
To support you in getting clarity of your artistic practice and the specific project you will be working on. One of the things that I love about this method is that you're going to be very clear on what you're up to. Even if you think you're not today, by the time you leave, you will be clear. You will be able to say in one sentence, this is what I'm up to, y'all. Give me some money.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to look at grants and just be very clear, like, I have every reason to be applying for that grant. I don't want to apply for that grant. I want to put my energy towards more fundability. You'll have a better understanding of energy, the different forms of energy, and the importance of saying yes and shifting your focus. So that's my additions to the slide.
Yeah, and also just to echo that and to say that one of the biggest takeaways from artists that have participated in this program is precisely something that some of you were saying, like, I didn't know that I was an artist until I, you know, got invited into the space. So now I guess I am. And I think that, you know, just getting clarity on who you are as an artist and your contribution is just key to expand on that practice, right? So this is some of the stuff that we have been doing today, introducing ourselves, becoming familiar with the program. We're gonna do this little exercise called lifting the fog right now, and let's just get to it. Just get to it. Oh, but this is not okay. Oh yeah, no, this is after
later.
this. Yeah, this is after this. So for right now, the first and the most important thing that I have to share with you. Let me put myself in this. There you go. The most important thing that we have to start with is we're going to shift our concept of success. Okay? Success is a collective understanding of something that is well done. And in the society that we live in, success means a lot of things, right? Particularly things regarding your financial situation, your life status, your, you know, emotional status, whatever. There is always going to be opinions about what being successful means. We're going to try to establish a very clear sense of success. You can take note of this if you want. Being successful is saying what you say, doing what you say, doing what you said you were going to do, doing what you said you were going to do with clarity, focus, ease, and grace. Doing what you said you were going to do with clarity, focus, ease, and grace. Now, it is important to understand this. When you're applying for a grant, you're going to be putting all of your effort, all of your energy into creating a coherent, competent narrative to your application that is going to sway people your way. Oh, this person deserves this funding right now. Okay, let's give this funding to this person. However, whatever opinions they have, whatever ideas they bring to the table, that is not something that you can change necessarily. So for us, having a successful course is going to look like completing an application and submitting the application. All right. This is important to mention because we are very attached to the outcome of what we do, right? We're very attached to, oh, was this, loved by people? Was this, was my last album played over thousands of times on Spotify or YouTube? Was my last exhibition attracting this amount of people? All of those are important goals to have. But for you, the only success that you can actually achieve is the things that you do yourself, that you're committing yourself with doing and then following through on them and achieving them, right? In order to achieve these goals, in order to be a successful artist, we're going to support ourselves with different forms of energy. Money, the particular one that we're pursuing right now, is one of those forms of energy. But many of you are familiar with projects that had a lot of backing, a lot of support, and the outcome was a little less than ideal, right? Shitty Hollywood movies that get millions and millions in production, and then they come up with a flop, with something that is not the quality, is not the the intention. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It is because we consider in this framework that there are different forms of energy. Money being one of them, time also, creativity, social relationship, physical vitality. I'm not gonna get too in depth in those things. We're gonna look to that in the future. But for right now, I want you to focus on this example. Imagine that somebody comes to you and hands you over a set of keys. There is a Ferrari out the door, and they're like, "Oh, hey, here, have my car. Just go use it, go ride it wherever you want." And so you get on this car, and then the engine is too powerful, and then you start going really fast, really quickly, and you crash the car, right? And then immediately you're saying, "Oh my God, what did I just do? It was a brand new Ferrari. It was a beautiful car, so powerful, and I crashed it," right? And yes, it is true that maybe you could have done something differently, but the other thing that is true is that you were not prepared to. You didn't have necessarily the tools or the training to make the most out of this car. You didn't have the things that you needed in order to succeed in driving this car, right? And particularly in our everyday practices, this is something that happens all the time. We go at some things like writing a grant, promoting our shows, promoting our art, and then a lot of times we don't get the results that we want. And then we tend to feel, unsuccessful. We tend to feel sad because we didn't achieve what we wanted. And the truth is that there are different ways in which we can master those energies. We can master those tools in order to actually achieve the thing that we want to get to. Imagine that you are driving this car. You're driving the Ferrari in the highway, right? And there is a very dense fog in the way. So you're driving, and then there you see out of the sun, you see a car coming right in front of you. In that moment, my God, I should have learned about this car, about how to drive this car. In that moment, you don't stop and reminisce on anything. You just shift, you just steer away from the car, right? You move like this. And the experience generally that we have when something like that happens is we barely save ourselves. We barely made it. We feel stressed, anxious, that we had to move the wheel so quickly, so fast. What would be your experience if that fog wasn't covering the road? If the fog was lifted and you were able to see from afar, from a distance, that there is a car coming your way, so you very gently just move out of the way and you pass right by the car and you keep driving, right? When we are when we are talking about clarity, focus, ease, and grace, that is the experience that we want to convey to you. When we lift the fog from around us, when we learn how to utilize the tools that we have in our arsenal, in our toolkit, it's going to be way easier for us to show up with clarity, because there is no fog around, with focus on where we are going, with ease, just moving out of the way. And that sense of ease also conveys a sense of grace, right? You don't have to worry. You don't have to feel scared. You don't have to, like be in shock after that and just driving in shock. That is where your grace will come from. Clarity, focus, ease, and grace. And now I want you to do a little exercise. Can you, Therese, can you guide us on this, on the little exercise? And we're going to try to go quickly because it's 1:28. Oh, we still have 1 hour, right? Oh my God, this is so good. Sorry, I thought that we only had 30 minutes left. I was like, oh my God, we're so late. Okay. Please.
All is well. All is well.
All is well.
All right, so folks, I'd like for you to grab 4 pieces of paper, and Kelly, you get to get creative. And great,
look at that.
You can perfect. That's you're already there. So grab 4 pieces of paper. Lift a thumb if you need a moment to grab paper. All right, looks like everybody's got paper. Okay, so on the first piece of paper, what I want you to do is be prepared to look at what some of your fog might look like. So take a deep breath. All is well. I'd like for you to list all the reasons why you've put off doing something. Like think of a goal or a dream that you've put aside until now. Like it doesn't have to necessarily do with the grant. Just think of something that you've put aside and list all the reasons off as quickly as you can. Try not to try not to like edit, just write it automatically. Write down all of the things that have been why you've put it aside. Keep writing down all the doubts and the worries and the issues. What are the excuses you've given yourself or others? Please get them all down. Now think of another goal or dream you haven't pursued. On the second piece of paper, write the reasons for this dream's deferment. Please be as specific as you can.
Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, you're going to do the same thing with another dream. Even if what you write down doesn't make sense, keep writing it down. Write down all the doubts, worries, and issues. What are the excuses you've given yourself or others? Get them all down.
Momo, you mean another dream, another?
Yeah, another dream.
This, okay. Besides art
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. So you have your first one, and now you have your second one. And you're going to do a third one as well. So go ahead, and if you're still working on the second one, continue. If you're ready, go ahead and start writing down your third one. Okay, does everybody have their three things? Okay, okay. How are folks doing? It's the third one is second verse same as the first. What's a third thing that you've wanted to do but you haven't? What's a third dream or goal that you haven't pursued? And if you only have 2 dreams that you haven't pursued, then you can work with those 2. But I believe most of us have at least a few things that we've wanted to do and we haven't pursued. So you want to write down that third thing and just write down as quickly as you can, try to empty your mind and list the reasons why you've put it off. Okay. So now just take a deep breath. The good news is you have some new information. The bad news is you have some new information. The good news is we're going to use that information to inform just some of your ideas around what's next for you. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is put an A by things that are a recurring theme. So an example would be, in my case, I don't have enough time.
Yes.
I'll do that when I finished with this project. I'm going to put it on my calendar for next year. Those are recurring themes. So if that shows up across my 3 goals, I'm going to put an A in each of those so that I can really just look at what I'm saying to myself. So go ahead and like see where you have a common theme of why you're not pursuing things. You might even spot that there's a theme or a storyline with all 3 of your things that you haven't pursued. And some of it might go back to just some of the stories that you learned around, ideas that people presented to you about who you might be, or around your upbringing. It could be 1,000 things that all is well because you're looking at them now, and that's the goal of this exercise, is to write down the reoccurring themes, words or phrases under each of the headings. And do you need a few more minutes to get your A's written down, or are you all set? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, I got a couple folks, 3 folks set. So now we're going to take that fourth piece of paper, and this is your great opportunity to look, see, and tell the truth with ease, because you're interested in what's possible. So with this fourth sheet, I want you to just make a list, and it could be a couple words. Why do they make sense? These themes, these conversations, why do they make sense? Why does it make sense to wait until you have more time? Or until you finish the other project? In my case, it would be, I'll have more time if I wait to do it until I have time. I don't have any time to put it on my calendar. That's why it's not on my calendar. If I had time, I would put it on my calendar. I have to become an expert in the area before I can actually come up with a time frame to do it. So I'm not going to do it until I'm an expert. Or I'm not going to do it until I have the money, or I'm not going to do it until after my kid graduates. I'm not going to do it until I get married. I'm not going to do it until, you get the idea. Like, why does it make sense? So when you start looking at your A and your B, that's your self-analysis. For good, for better, or worse, or indifferent. That's your self-analysis. And self-analysis doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but it's very, very easy to just stay in self-analysis, like analysis paralysis. I don't know, has anybody ever heard that before? Where you're just going down a rabbit hole of analysis. We're not suggesting that you not practice self-analysis. We want you to just really look at how deep some of your analysis might be, and we want to give you some tools on how to see, is that serving you? Is that conversation supporting your art? Like my thing of, well, I'm going to do it when I have time. If I start dismantling that thought, and look, see, and tell the truth about it, it's like, I'm uncertain and I'm afraid to do this, or I don't want to fail. And this stream means so much to me that I would rather not do it than fail. So those are some conversations for your soul. This is your soul food stuff. And the good news is these are your thoughts. This isn't unless we don't know something about you, none of you have this permanently tattooed on your body. So you have the ability to pay attention to something else and lift the fog and see what's possible. I would like to get a sense from folks, a couple of volunteers, if you have any themes that you want to share, or if you have any insight for the rest of the group of, do you see some fog lifting? So my questions really are, what was this experience like for you? And do you see any fog lifted or any themes? I'll share. I was stuck on a particular part of getting through some training, and I kept going through this exercise over and over and over again. And then finally, I realized I was putting a lot of emphasis on something. My coach said, you just need to observe more and spend more time in observation. And I'm like, they're not telling me what I need to observe. They're just saying, just spend a little more time thinking about it. But I turned it into this whole thing and had analysis paralysis around being able to move forward. So that was like one fog. And then I didn't stop and figure out, I didn't try to figure out why it made sense. I just knew in that moment, I'm ready to let go of that old thinking and drive. I don't need to know why I know to swerve and just go forward. I just need to know that I got it, like the light bulb went on. So that's like one of my experiences. And sometimes it takes a few days, but when you just start looking at the conversations, you start dismantling them. Does anybody want to share what their experience was doing the exercise? Shauna? And then anybody else that wants to go after that?
I found that it's
Sandra's on deck.
yeah, out of a whole bunch of things that I wrote, and I think at the end it's hard to go forward when you think, when you already have this grandiose version of the final product, what it's supposed to be. And so, how to get to Z when you're in A, it's like, oh, it's supposed to be Z, but then so you can't get to the Z until you hit all the other alphabets. And it's just it's so daunting to say, oh my God, I can't get there because it's such a humongous end result. So I guess maybe you can call it try to be perfect, or it's so it just becomes so unmanageable, this big blob, and therefore instead of just going from incremental little steps, and accepting that little steps can be good or bad.
Thank you so much. Kaya, would you like to share with us? Your microphone is muted.
Hi. So out of everything I've written down, most of the things, like after writing them, seem pretty pointless. And it's like a barrier. But the only like consistent thing that actually seems valid, as far as being like reasons that I've put off, like whatever it is not having resources and like being focused on just trying to make it, like those are like the only things that actually kind of seem like valid reasons to put off a project. Because when you're focused on just like surviving and how you're gonna get your rent and everything, like maybe your painting might take a back seat.
Interesting.
So, yeah, that's it.
I think it is important to mention in this part, there is, of course, we live in a capitalist society where money rules, like it or not, and I don't like it, but it is the truth. The other truth is that money is not the only resource that goes into developing successful projects and actually, making things happen. So we're going to work more on this. I was telling you earlier about different forms of energy, right? The energy of money, the energy of relationship. One example that I like to give all the time is, imagine that you're preparing for a party and you need a speaker to play music, right, in your party. So you have two options. You can go to the store and spend $200 in a new speaker, bring it to your house, have an amazing party, or you can call your friend who happens to have a speaker and be like, hey, what's up? Would you like to come to my party? And your friend goes, okay, yes, I'll come by. And they come and they bring the speaker, and you didn't have to spend those $200, right? It doesn't mean that favor came at no cost. Actually, your friend is willing to do this favor to you because you have built a relationship, right? So that is what we call social capital. And in 2019, we started this project called La Diaspora Festival, in which we gather a group of artists, 20 artists, and then we all together started creating these events and a crowdfunding campaign, and we got a couple of grants and we got a couple of sponsors, and then all together we gathered $20,000 and we went to Mexico to produce an international cultural festival. And we started, thank you so much, and we started with zero money, 0 pesos, $0, but we were very aware of the fact that we had that social energy, that we had our community backing us up, right? And we realized that we wanted to tap into those resources to make it happen, because it wasn't not only for ourselves, but for everybody that we wanted to, you know, bring in and represent. Actually, we did the launch of that project at Artillery. I think that you were there that day, Kelly. I hope, I think. But it's just an example, right? Julia, would you like to share with us what you saw?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Something that came up for me in all the projects that I listed that I haven't done yet is that I don't deserve it. Like, I'm not a good enough person to be happy, to be that happy, you know, to like really commit to what makes me happy, because there are other people in the world who are suffering. And so that needs to be addressed first and always, until there's less suffering from other people. And then I can be happy, or then I can be that happy. I can still be happy, but not that happy. So that came up in all of my projects, which is not true.
We're gonna have such an amazing time during our coaching sessions, really. Would you like to say something, Therese?
Yeah, so I would like to, you said this is not true?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you an example of how coaching might work. So now that you see that this is not true, what might be possible?
What might be possible or positive?
What might be possible?
What might be possible is that that is not true and that doesn't actually serve anybody.
And what else might be possible for you as an artist?
That I've put in some time. And it might be time to like get mine.
Awesome. So that's a great example of thank you for being able to be what I call be on the sweet seat.
Yeah, take it. I'm here for it. Like, let's work this shadow.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
So like I just put something in the chat about creating luminosity. It's like, what is there for me to see about the situation that I'm not seeing yet? So it's just like, don't recommend pulling your hair out at home over this one, but like, just with one of those questions, it's like, ask yourself, what might there be for me to see here? You know, that what is there for me to see about the situation that I'm not seeing yet? You know, when you realize that it's a conversation. Does anybody else want to go before I give them a second?
Oh, just before we move forward from that, I'd like to thank you for your vulnerability. Of course, this is an environment in which we, you know, hope that you feel comfortable to show up what is coming up, right?
Totally.
And then yeah, just wanted to point out that this is a process in which we are all we're all lifting the fog collectively, right? And so when we start seeing possibility, when we start seeing, you know, the work that lies ahead of us, there is so much energy reminding us that 95% of the things that happen around us are completely beyond our control. The one thing that we can control is our perspective. Where are we putting our energy, right? Where are we spending our sacred and limited energy, right? And then when we realign that vision, when we realign that focus, it is possible to do a lot more with the same amount of energy. It's just that right now is not, you know, being wasted in, or, you know, or invested in other areas that are not the goal that we have, right? Yes, Therese.
Actually, so if you can you switch the ball back to me? Pass the ball back to me.
What? Yeah.
I'm going to finish up.
Go for it.
Okay. So thank you guys for being open to doing that process. The second question I put in the chat was, what is the important or meaningful thing to me about this event or circumstance? And just to the best of your ability, with your knowledge of look, seeing, and telling the truth, see what's possible when you just take a glimpse at what's possible. That's the beginning of being able to see the luminosity. You have all your own answers. You have your own answers, and you're much bigger than your thoughts and anything that's been a stopping point. You are the artist. You are the expert on Shauna, Juan, Alexandra, Kaya, Julia, Arturo, Therese, Carla, Kelly, Jess. I don't know if I missed anybody. I don't know if there's a second one. I think I got everybody. We're our own experts. We need some. We just with some support, you can pop out of the water and observe what's in your way, and also what's in your opportunity. Where's your opportunity? Yep. So, any questions about this before we move on?
Yes,
No
Julia.
question.
I just want clarity just to be sure. So right now we're answering the question basically like what's the opportunity or meaning in your block?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Just that's a takeaway. Those are take home snacks.
Mhm. Kelly, you had something?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the answer. But to clarify, so let's say you hit the block and you're understanding you're hitting your block. And so at that point, you want to ask yourself like that question that you're proposing, which is in the chat. What is important or meaning me about this?
Yeah. What is the important or meaningful thing to me about this event or circumstance? And the other one is, what is there for me to see about the situation that I'm not seeing yet?
And I think that it would be a great time to have a quick bio break. We still have the most important thing actually to go, but why don't you go take 5-6 minutes? Let's be back here by 2 p.m. I'm gonna play some music, and when this music is over, you can come back, okay?
Can you put us in a room, you and I?
Yes, maybe. Actually, maybe, yes. Let me play some music first.
generosa, impetuosa, mesmo com todo o poder da criança, se não for a mãe a conceber liberdade, a instruir o limite que o poder permite, o poder sobre o poder, a mãe e o filho. Muito, muito, muito mais. A verdade mostra que o amor nos olhos da criança é muito mais fiel e generoso. A verdade mostra que o amor nos olhos da criança a verdade mostra que o amor nos olhos da criança é muito mais fiel e generoso. É muito mais fiel.
Oh, joys are as the sun has come again to hold you, sailing out the doldrums of the wind. The polyphonic prayer is here, it's all around you. It's all around you out here.
Oh, hello, hello, hello. Hold on, what happened here?
Where the emptiness we leave behind.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back.
Blows all the shadows far away. Falling of the whole empire is here.
I hope you enjoyed that musical moment. We can start coming back. Turn on your camera real quick. Let us know that you are here, present with us, so we can keep going. By the way, I'm a huge music nerd, so if you want to send me any music, Alex, please send me some of the stuff that you've been doing.
I was really into what you were playing, actually. I Shazammed the first one.
Oh yeah, Crianza by Nicola Cruz. Yeah, you know, I have been doing music with my roommates lately. I think I told you, right? I have a roommate from Venezuela, a roommate from Guatemala, and a roommate from Puerto Rico. And we have been, and I'm from Mexico, and I play son, and I play, you know, like mariachi. So we have been kind of like mixing what our practices a little bit, you know. The music is coming out very interesting, very well.
I would like to hear it. Send it to me when you have something.
For sure. Eventually, in the future world, we will all get together and just jam in an amazing party. But for right now, well, this is what we have, right? Okay, are we ready? Shana, are you around? There you go. Hello. Therese, would you like to take us, please?
It doesn't seem to be on the screen, Arturo.
Oh no? What is on the
It's
screen?
a bit janky.
Huh?
It's not completely on the screen.
Does this work?
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to just go through this really quickly. A reminder of what we're going to be getting from the program, the content, and some key dates. Developing for your grant, essentially the grant writing mechanics and strategies, and then communication tools. You're going to have your personal grant collateral that you can use in other grants, a bio that's targeted toward you submitting a competitive grant, along with a statement, resume, and work samples for this particular grant. And then you also get coaching just to help you get clarity on like what you're here to contribute as an artist and your goals. And then the trainings are going to be 7 full weeks, February 6th through April 1st, skipping next Saturday for the 13th. And yes, Julia, we will be sending out the slides, and I'm also going to drop the dates into the chat. And then we'll be setting up one-on-one training sessions with Arturo or I. And we're also going to support you in meeting the grant deadline. So after I go through these 2 slides, because I can only do 4 things at once, I will be dropping the date for the meetups into the chat. And then I will drop in the deadline for the grant. And even if you haven't written down somewhere, it wouldn't hurt to just cut and paste it into another document so that you get a good relationship with the dates. Next slide, please. Okay, so the quick grant, I think you skipped a slide. Okay. Yes, the quick grant process.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, all is well. So just a quick go through of the process. The quick grant was launched in 2009 by the California Consortium Art Funders, and it's essentially a reimbursement grant that will help with activities like coaching and skill coaching, business development, art administrative capacity. And the one that we're going to be supporting you to apply for to get potential reimbursement for our coaching and our writing program is coming up. The deadline is February 15th. And Arturo will be going over like the process, but the eligibility timeframe that we're going to be asking you to apply for is a specific period. That's just a portion of this program. So he's going to do a great job in sharing with you, what that process looks like. So Arturo, I'm going to pass it off to you.
Órale. Gracias. Thank you so much. So yeah, basically we're gonna be doing this is a part in which we're going to basically get to work. We have until February 15th to submit this grant application. However, my friends, you know that next weekend is it's a special kind of like
President's Day.
It's President's Day weekend, so a lot of people is not going to be working. Our goal, our internal goal here in the program is to get you to apply by Friday. Okay, this is our internal deadline, and the reason that we are doing internal deadlines, and you will notice, this is going to make your life way easier. A lot of times we let ourselves go to the very end, to the very final day of where you can submit the application, and nothing will cause you more headaches than that. I am a survivor of some moments where you are like cramming information in the last minute and you press send at 1 minute past the deadline, and the system, because it's a robot, the system just cuts your head off. It doesn't, and you can call and you can email and it's never a good look. You want to give yourself like a day in advance with big deadlines, because you really want to make sure that you can submit all of your materials and that you're not cramming until last second. Now, this is what we're going to do. I am showing you here the CCI, the Center for Cultural Innovation. This is the organization that we're going to be applying with. Okay, so they have different funding opportunities that you should all check. In this particular case, we're going to look at the quick grant. Okay, this is the grant that we're going to. How can I see this? This is the grant that we're going to apply for. So go to quick grants. Actually, I opened it here. This is an incognito window. Also, it looks very big. Anyway, so you go to the quick grant. Quick grant. Second over there. Oh, it's too small. Okay. So you can read a little bit more about this. This is basically, as Teresa already said, geared toward professional development, coaching, mentoring. We crafted the program to match the goals of this grant. And so you can read everything about it in here, current program information. The next deadline is, again, as we said, February 15th. So we're going to be working. We're going to leave you a lot of clarity today to start working on this. And then through the week, we're going to meet one-on-one. We're going to have individual sessions to support you in completing this application and submitting it. Okay? So we're basically going to leave you homework today to do in between today and the day that we meet. And then the day we meet, we're just going to round it up and submit it. Easy. First, homework. Come here and sign up. Create a new account. You're going to have to put in your personal information. All of this is just your demographics, right? First name, last name, individual type, discipline. You're gonna just select a couple of here. How do you hear from CCI? You can say us. Oh, I think a trainer. You can say trainer. Title, position, company, organization. This is in case that it applies for you. If you're an individual artist, it's totally fine as well. You see, this is the whole form. This is the whole form. Home city, home state, mailing list, submit. That's it. Simple, huh? Do I have chats? Thank you. That's homework number 1. create an account with the Center for Cultural Innovation. Number 2, when you go to apply for this grant, apply online now. Here is the link I want you all to see. You go to apply now, and it's going to open the grant application. Now, some of you guys, some of the you who already applied for this grant might be familiar with this part of the process, but for those of you who are very new here, I want to break it down, make it very easy. We do this, the first thing to do, best practice, the first thing to do is to create an outside document to pull your grant. Now, we call pulling the grant when we just extract the questions and we use a separate document, a Google Doc, to answer those questions. Why? Because if you start answering these questions over here in this grant, in this system, it is possible that you lose your internet connection, that the system refreshes automatically. Something can happen and you can lose all of your information, all the things that you've already written. So that's why you want to create a different document and bring out the questions, okay? Before I show you this, there are only 2 questions really that you need to answer that need a larger explanation for this grant is here. Activity description, what is it? What does our training entail? Number 1, and number 2, down here, down here, down here, down here, the proposed impact. And this also has an important thing to take care of. 200 word maximum, okay? The last thing that you have to write in is here, the itemized budget, but I'll help you with that. So I already went ahead and I created a template for you guys to work with. This is the quick grant application template, and these are the 3 questions that you need to write. Activity description, I showed you already. Proposed impact, 200 words tops, and the itemized budget. Easy, super simple, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to come to this document right now. Open the chat, open the link in the chat. Of course, we're gonna send you this in our post follow-up email. We're gonna send you all of this information. I want you to come in here. Actually, go to the Zoom real quick. Go to the Zoom real quick. Once you are in the document, I am in the document right now, and I want you to see this. Go to File, and make a copy. Okay, I want you to make your own copy because this is the template for everybody. Okay, so if you start writing over here, everybody else is going to see your answers, and they might be able to erase them or something. We don't want that. I want you to do a copy. So first, make a copy.
I'm sorry, make a copy of
You
what
know, you
and
can
where?
start by writing your name. Second.
What are we making a copy of now? From where?
Yes, the document. So go to the link that I posted in the chat. Yeah, go to that document. This is it. I can see that you all came. You're up here. And now just go to File, make a copy. Okay. Write your name. Okay. And then you go and you say, okay. Now this is your own copy. This is for you to work on, okay? Any questions so far? Please, this is the moment where we want to have all the clarity in the world.
So and pasting it somewhere else.
Can you pause?
Kaya?
There's a question in the space. Go ahead with your question.
Oh, I was we copy it and paste it somewhere else. That's what we're doing. Yes.
You're making a copy on your own Google Docs. Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't think I have Google Docs downloaded right now.
Can you enter that file from your? I think it's you're on your phone, right? Can you
Yeah,
enter
I can
that?
see it now.
Okay.
Okay, well, here it is.
And to Kelly, yes, we will be sharing the link in the post meeting email. I see something else. You can hit save and export. You can't. You can. Yeah, you can. Or you say save.
Mine just says share and export. It doesn't say save.
You can save and export and save it on your own device.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, here
because
we
like
go.
once you hit the save and export, it should give you like on your electronic device an option of where you want to save it to.
Okay, I got it. Thank you. I have a
So
computer, so it's kind of funny.
you said as wherever you are more comfortable with, it makes a world of difference, Kaya, if you can download the Google Docs app, because that way we can have a collaborative document, and so we are going to be able to review what you're writing and make comments and notes and things like that. So not for right now, but if you want to get on that, and maybe during our coaching through the week, we can just look at some of these tools. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. Okay, perfect. We're moving forward with this. Now, I just want to share with you this. Once you did your own copy, all right, once you did your own copy, click the share button. Click share, and then share it with TM Davis 435, okay, and share it with me. Ideas con corbata. Ideas con corbata. I'm gonna paste both our emails in the chat so you have so you can just copy and paste. There you go. Amazing. I'm getting so many notifications right now. Woo. So that way now we have access to your documents. Now we can both see what you're writing. Okay. Okay, we're doing good, guys. We're doing so good. We're halfway there, okay? Carla Avilés. Okay. So, Therese, would you mind finding that?
I don't mind.
Did we do a survey or a Google form for folks to send us their information? We did for the last time, right?
We'll get what we need. Just I'll make a note of it.
All right, perfect. Now, if you have the time, you can go and check the application online itself, this document. Okay, if you have time. If not, we're making it easy for you. You don't have to come and the first thing that happens a lot of times is you come in, you look at this ton of text, and you're like, you know what? I don't have time for this, right? I don't have the bandwidth, the mental bandwidth, etc., etc. You don't have to. That's the good news. You can just come into your template and focus on these specific things. We already put some prompts in here for you, okay? So for this activity description, this is basically the activity that we're doing. The Arts Collab is offering a training coaching program to support artists in honing their skills to complete an application for an individual artist fellowship with the California Arts Council in the cycle 2021-2022. This is what we are doing. The time frame for the training is February 16th to March 1st. So the first thing that I ask you, and I have a note over here, just paraphrase this, okay? The first part of the answer is just paraphrase this, switch the phrasing, whatever you want to do, it's totally fine. The second part of the answer is, why did you feel compelled to be a part of this training? In your own words, what was that caught your attention? You know, like we were already talking about accountability, we were talking about defining our goals, defining our practice as an artist, defining our contribution. Whatever it is in it for you, whatever was in your heart when you reach out to us and ask for this support, bring it into the space. It can be 2-3 lines. It doesn't have to be a hefty essay. It can just be a paragraph, a very specific paragraph. Okay. The second question, proposed impact. Okay, 200 words. I want you to explain, what do you expect to get from the training? What would you do with the funds? Oh, Kelly. What would you do with the funds of the larger grant? What would you do with the funds of the larger grants, the California Arts Council grant? You know, my vision is to fund you know, a series of pieces, visual pieces, or I am funding my new EP, right? I'm going to be creating a new play. I'm going to be writing a new play for this community, right? Like that's the question. Who and how would this benefit the community you're working with? Again, who would benefit and how would they benefit? You know, I am developing a training on pottery and a healthy eating practice, a healthy cooking practice. I have been working in the Mission District for these many years. There you go. I have been working with the Mission community, community in the Mission District for these many years, and I want to support them in getting a more balanced diet, for example, right? Maybe Alex, you would talk about, I want to bring folks from communities of color into the noise scene, and I want to create a space of understanding and welcoming vibes for everybody who doesn't feel like they belong, and I want them to make them feel like they belong into these spaces, right? Yeah, it's just very succinct like this. This is your homework. This is the big part of your homework. And the last part is the itemized budget. This is also a very light paraphrase of this. This is what we're applying for. This is what this grant is paying for. And a part of this project, a part of this grant application is that you submit your resume. It can be any resume that you have. Any resume. Again, this is a grant geared toward professional development. So you don't have to be super specific about what you have been doing before. You can just say what you are doing. That's enough. That's good enough. Submit any resume. We're gonna submit an agreement that both Theresa and I are going to create before we meet with you. That's why we need some of your information. We'll get to there. And the last thing that you need to submit is the goals of the program. Again, the day that we meet with you personally, we're gonna send you this document just because we don't want to overwhelm you with all of this information. Okay, we're gonna go step by step, and please at any point stop me if you need to take a look at something. We want you to leave this space with all the clarity you need to go on and succeed in this. Therese, do you have something to say?
Yeah, and also during, like, what I would suggest is keeping a running document for whether it's me or Arturo that's coaching you, and like, just a list of questions. Like by week, it's like, if you have questions before you meet with either of us about this format, but write the question down, and then make sure that you feel, that your questions are answered. The whole thing that we want you to experience is clarity, focus, ease, and grace around the process. We want to like just lift any fog and just make it as clear as possible, so that when you're applying for these things, you're very clear on what you're up to.
Very well said. Julia's clapping. Okay.
Yes.
Arturo, can I share one last thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So just to give you so one term that you guys will hear us talk about monkey mind. It's like these conversations that you have as to why you shouldn't pop your head out of water and like go from like thought to like actual. I knew about this grant for 4 years and never applied for it. Every time I got ready to apply for it, I had all these conversations around why I couldn't get it. And some of them were like just looking at the homepage saying, oh, it's asking me for a resume. And I just automatically took that to an artist resume before I even read that it was any resume. So this is a good practice in like, just like knowing your thoughts might try to stop you at the border of applying for it. This is probably going to be the quickest, easiest grant that you will ever apply for, shy of anything that's just asking for your name. So this one is the easy one. So, put your heart into it, but go easy on your heart.
Yeah. So if you have your application template for yourself, and you have clarity on the questions and the things that you are going to be answering, the last part is to get a little time with us individually to schedule your coaching session, your first coaching session. I want to honor your time. It's 2:30. We're gonna need a little, like another 5 minutes to schedule our sessions, and another 5 to close. Probably like 3 or 4 minutes to schedule your session, and another 5 to close. So if you need to leave, you're welcome to leave. But if raise your hand if you will have these extra 10 minutes that we need right now. So raise your hand if you feel like you have gotten anything of value through our session today, please. Oh, great. Cool. All right. So, Mo, would you like to just do the breakout rooms?
Sure.
Okay. Here we go.
Actually, before we split, I have a question. Sorry, there's a blender going.
Yeah, don't worry.
For the resume, they'll only accept like one document, right? So if I have like a producer's resume and then like an artist resume, I could maybe just merge or something.
Yeah. For this one, again, if you submit any of them, I think that you will get what they need.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
If you gotta open your calendar or whatever you use for scheduling before we get into the breakout rooms, that would be great.
I think that Yeah, open your calendars, please. And I think that we are good. Therese, just giving you a heads up. Eli had to leave, but that is on your
radar.
And your radar. Okay. Órale. I'll see you in a moment.
All right. Sale.
Sale.
Hello.
I like your glasses, Carla.
Oh, thank you.
Where are they from?
I actually got them online.
Hola, hola. Can you
Want to
hear me?
remember? I think it's called Seni. The online.
Nice.
Super cheap. All their frames are like $20 or $30.
Wow, those are cute. I like them.
Thank
I
you.
heard him. Where's Arturo? Where are you?
I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, switch to gallery view. There we go.
All right. Oof. Guys, oh, hold on. Is Kaya? Okay, Kaya is here now. Perfect. Órale, get your, what is a good time to meet with you guys on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday? Anyone?
Monday.
Monday, what time?
Monday, sorry. Early up. My calendar. Oh, it just disappeared. Oh, here it is.
Can you do 1 p.m. on Monday, Shauna?
Let me look. I can. Oh, wait, this is the wrong day. So sorry.
We don't want that.
Okay. I can do 2 p.m. Let me think. Yeah, 2 p.m.
Possibly do 1:30 or 4 p.m.
I have an appointment at 4. 4:30 is good.
4:30 is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. All right.
I'm gonna send you a calendar invite in a little bit. Okay. 4:30.
Okay. So I have to go. Unfortunately, I have another meeting coming up. Thank you so very much. Is it okay if I leave now?
Yes. Thank you so much for being here. We'll send you an email after this, and I'll see you on Monday. Okay.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Vamos a ver quién. Julia. What is your availability on Tuesday?
I cannot do, well, actually,
What is
I
his
could do Tuesday. We're thinking like an hour, yeah?
Yeah, it's like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, I can do 4:30.
On Tuesday?
Yeah,
Okay.
cool. Can do.
Tuesday, 4:30. I'll send you a calendar invite.
Bueno, muchas gracias.
De nada. Kaya?
So the only day I have available is gonna be Wednesday, and I'm like pretty open to time during Wednesday.
How about noon?
Sounds good.
Okay. Kaya, Wednesday at noon. Okay. Carlita?
Wait, I totally fucked up. I
Okay,
can't do Tuesday. I'm so sorry. It's my grandma's birthday.
Okay. What would work for you? Wednesday?
I could do Monday. Sorry, Carla, you can go first because I fucked up. So I can wait till you've scheduled.
Okay.
To reschedule, yeah.
I'm pretty much free Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't really have anything going on.
Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's do Wednesday at 1.
Wednesday at 1.
Yeah, right after Kaya. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Órale.
Um,
Julia, ¿podría ser, can you do Monday at 1?
See, can you do 3:30? Actually, let me double check. Cancel Monday.
I can do
Friday.
4th. I know, actually, no, I just got something. No, Monday, I can do 10. I can do 9. I can do 8. I can do 7. No.
No, I don't want to do 7. That's crazy.
You're talking big game over here. No, it's
Bueno. Yeah, I can do. You said 1:30.
1:30 works. Yes.
Okay, I could do 1:30. I could also do 6 p.m.
Let's do 6 p.m.
Bueno, muchas gracias.
Is it okay if I leave the chat?
Yes, we're still gonna wrap up. If you give me 2 more minutes, we're gonna come back and wrap up.
Okay.
Yes. So Julia, sorry, Julia, 1:30, right?
No, 6 p.m. on Monday.
You're so right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kelly.
Wednesdays? What's your time?
Wednesday works.
I'm free 9 to 12.
9 to 12. Let's do.
Yeah.
Let's do 10.
10. Okay.
Wednesday, 10 a.m.
Sounds good.
Nice. All right, guys.
Yay.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
There, guys. We're almost there. Hey, thank you so much for enduring.
Yeah. Oh, I just had a quick question. So you said on part of the application we need to submit an agreement. What is that?
So we're basically going to send you all a quick a quick Google form for you to give us your name and your address. This is something that will go in the agreement. Now there is an important thing to say here. Let me see if everybody's here so that I think we're all here. There you go. Welcome back, Therese. So just so we are super clear on this topic, because this is very important. We are making a special agreement that we're tweaking for the quick grant. Now, as you know, this quick grant is a reimbursement grant, and so we are applying for them to reimburse you as fast as possible, as quick as possible. So for that purpose, we're going to, in the agreement that we submit with the quick grant, we're tweaking the dates. That's the only important thing that you need to know. But the rest of the agreement is what we are committing to do on our part, on our behalf, on your behalf, and we can gladly make a specific agreement that states the dates, the times, the everything. You know, I don't know how official you guys feel comfortable. We definitely want to assure you, give you confidence in that. You know, we're going to be doing all this process, but for the sake of the quick grant, we need to submit a specific agreement with those dates, different dates. Okay. Yeah. Cool. And the other thing that
if Jess, Juan, and Alejandra can stick around at the end of the chat so we can finish. I got bounced into the ether.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. Yes. Okay. Just to close, thank you so much for being here in the space. Thank you for being willing to be in front of the computer or your device for all of this time. I know it's, it's a lot to ask for from our bodies and our necks and our eyes. And it's still, nevertheless, it's a pleasure to be here with you today and to get to know you better and get to witness your power and your contribution. So that is something that I celebrate today. I would like, if you want to just say something that you're taking away from today, it can be a word, it can be an idea, try to make it very quickly so that we can go on to the rest of our day. But if you want to just share something, I would love that.
I appreciated everyone engaging, and it was lovely seeing a little slice of your life or your commute. I'm passing it to Carla.
Okay. Wait, what did you want me to say after?
Well, you can do something that you celebrate or that you're taking away from the space, or something that you're celebrating about yourself, about the way that you showed up today.
Okay. I think I'm just proud of taking the step and doing something that I've never done, especially coming into a community of more artists. I don't really have artist friends. So I'm definitely, looking forward to bonding and networking and, forming some friendships maybe. So yeah, thank you guys for sharing too. I love the vulnerability.
Thank you. And it doesn't have to be everybody, but if you want to say something, please. Kaya.
Thank you. That's all I
You're
have to
welcome.
say.
Absolutely.
It's fun to come back to something I used to know in a way because of the format of how we guys are presenting. So I'm excited about full circles.
We love having you here, Kelly. Oh my God. Yeah, this is so cool. Okay. Okay.
Any last one?
One last person. All right. All is well. All is well. Thank you so much. We will be sending you a post-game email with all the information we shared in the resources. The people who haven't scheduled their time with Therese, please stay. I am going to be sending you guys, the people that scheduled with me, your calendar reminder. And that's it. That's it. Go on, enjoy your day. It's a sunny day. So, be safe. But by the way, I'm not this orange in real life. This is just my camera being very specific. And that's it, right? Therese, do you have something else to say?
Just thank y'all, and see you in a couple of weeks if I'm not coaching you. And Arturo, please hang out.
Yes, and the last thing is we're not gonna have our session next week because it's President's weekend, President's Day weekend. But we'll see you in 2 weeks from now. Okay? Groovy. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Kelly. Bye.
Thanks, you
Hasta la
guys.
pasta.
Appreciate you so much. See you soon.
Gracias.
Ciao.
Adios, Julia.
And then there were 3. Okay, so before we got cut off, I'll just start with you, Jess. Does Sunday work for you? Does that time work for you on an ongoing basis?
Yes.
Okay, just double check your calendar, and then when we meet tomorrow.
Okay.
Great.
We'll lock in those dates. It's just great to just lock them in, and if we don't have to use them all, we don't, but you just know that you got like 6 dates on the books with me
Okay.
for coaching or whatever support you need.
Okay.
All right. And then ideally, I would love to co-work with you guys at least once or twice through the process. So between our first session, send me some dates, that you're available, and like look for some possible group emails where I'm just trying to get us all together to do some co-working. It'll be supportive. We're just floating. We're all anchored, working on our grants, and then coming back together at the end. So just